Hello, my name is Matthew Pfeiffer with MattPfeifferCoaching.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I create videos and content about toxic, narcissistically abusive relationships and also self-development. And if that's something that you are interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe notification and the bell notification so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. I upload new videos on this channel 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And also this video and this channel is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you need more help than what this video can provide, make sure that you connect with an online therapist. Number one, you can get in a lot sooner. It's also a lot more affordable. And one of the biggest benefits of following and subscribing to this channel is that you can connect with that therapist 15% off your first month. If you go down to the links down below, you'll be able to see the links for you to connect with an online therapist through BetterHelp. With all that being said, let's get into today's topic. So today we are talking about signs that you are dealing with a manipulative person. Oftentimes when we are talking about unhealthy relationships, one of the things that oftentimes gets unnoticed with physical abuse and things of that nature, it's very obvious because anyone can see it. We can see physical bruises and things of that nature. When we're talking about some of the more insidious things like manipulation, when we're talking about emotional abuse and things of that nature, oftentimes it does go unnoticed. And also, a lot of times we're used to people being manipulative because of our upbringing. You may have had a manipulative mother or father or family system. And so a lot of times these type of things go unnoticed. However, internally, you kind of know, but I want to bring some validation to some people that might be struggling with this and might be dealing with this. So the number one sign that someone that you're dealing with is manipulative. And again, this can go across the board, not just with romantic partners, but coworkers, friendships, family members. It doesn't really matter. So the number one sign is that they make you second guess yourself. One of the things that we have to understand about healthy partners, healthy friendships, is that they are going to want you to be confident in yourself. They understand that a better you is a better relationship. And so people on the flip side, people who are manipulative, are going to cause you to second guess yourself. They oftentimes do this with the fog method: fear, obligation, and guilt. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I'm not talking about that in a positive way where they're trying to look out for you, but ultimately there's an end means for them, right? They make you feel obligated. You need to do this because you're my wife. You need to do this because you're my husband, even though this is alternative to something that might be according to your boundaries or whatever it is, right? They also will make you feel guilty, and using this fog method oftentimes will get you to second guess yourself. You'll start to wonder if there's something wrong with you. You start to wonder if you're making the wrong decision, even though internally you know that that's the decision that you want to make and the direction that you want to go in. So sign number two, it kind of goes hand in hand with one, is that there's a lot of guilt tripping. One of the things, and I don't want to talk specifically just about the person who's manipulative, we also have to talk about what emotion and the feelings that this inspires in the person that is being manipulated. Is that we have to understand that when people are struggling with codependency, when people are struggling with people pleasing, oftentimes the feelings and the emotions of guilt weigh heavy on them. I talked about this in another video, but the reason why is because as a child, oftentimes people who feel guilty have experienced being blamed for things that were outside of their control when they were young, when they were a child. And so then when they feel guilty, it weighs heavy on them. So they do anything to get rid of that guilt, even complying with things and with people, even though they know that it is counterproductive to who they are as a person. So you start to notice that this person guilt trips a lot because guess what? It works. Sign number three is that they take advantage of your kindness. You hear people say all the time that my kindness is not a weakness and it's important. Again, I'm not going to just focus in on the person who is manipulative, but we also want to talk about the manipulatee here. It is completely okay for you to be a nice and a kind person. I get that all the time with people I work with is they ask me, well, is it okay for me to be nice? I enjoy being nice. Yeah, be nice, but also know your limits. Know where your limits are. What lines are you willing to draw? Understanding that your kindness with the wrong people, with the right people. They're going to accept it and they're going to love you as you are and that sort of thing. They're not going to push your boundaries. So we have to know where our limits are. So yes, it's okay to be kind. Yes, it's okay to be nice, but we need to know our limits, and it's okay to be nice. And sometimes we also need to be a badass and execute on the boundaries that we have set for ourselves. Sign number 4 is that this person lies, right? They flat out lie. They spread false. Sometimes it's not just a flat out lie. Sometimes it's false information or misinformation, or what we might call like a half truth. Sometimes could be an outright lie. And oftentimes you may not recognize it. You might recognize it when it's being directed towards you, but you will definitely realize it when they're giving half truths or outright lies to other people. Oftentimes when they're talking to you, we may not know the entire story or the background of whatever lie they're telling you. But especially with people that you are dealing with and with partners, we have to realize that the way that people show up in other relationships is likely how they're showing up with you. So if you are dating someone and you know that they're spreading false information, half truths and outright lies to all their friends, good chance is that they're doing the same thing to you as well. Sign number 5, they never accept blame, or they never accept responsibility. This is about 90% of the reason why people are manipulative, is that they don't want to. We have to remember that people are manipulative. The underlying factor is a lot of insecurity. So they're very insecure, and people who are insecure don't like accepting blame. They don't like accepting responsibility for anything. So they begin to project that to other people, and so you start to see them kind of start to spin whenever they are being held accountable for anything, regardless if it was done purposely or not. Sign number 6 kind of goes hand in hand with that, is feigned ignorance. So a lot of people ask me, Matt, what the hell is feigned ignorance? They are ready-made excuses. Have you ever tried to talk to someone and they had an excuse immediately ready, right? So that person that you're talking to, you found some information that they might be talking to someone else, or that they're flirting with coworkers, or whatever the case is. Oh, they're just a friend. They already have ready-made excuses. Oh, the reason why I was there is because of this, and kind of going back and forth when we kind of start stacking some of these signs together. So they won't accept responsibility, and then they use feigned ignorance, like, oh, the reason why I was there, I know I told you I was there, but we just and all of a sudden they have all of these ready-made excuses, but not just ready-made excuses, but they will oftentimes play dumb. And then also, oftentimes, when someone is doing feigned ignorance, they will flip it back onto you. Well, why were you going through my phone anyway? Well, why were you doing this anyway? Well, I can't believe. And so, feigned ignorance. So there's a handful of parts to it. So they will have a ready-made excuse. They will begin to play dumb, and then oftentimes they will reverse that, whatever that situation, back onto you. So thank you guys very much. Make sure you guys comment down below what you guys think about some of the signs of manipulation. If you have experienced this, and what did you do about it whenever you may have encountered that. So thank you guys very much. If you guys have questions for me that you want to write in, that you want me to answer here on this channel, make sure you send them to justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Again, that is justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Also, go check out my other links. Make sure you guys are following me on other platforms, in particular TikTok and Instagram. With all that being said, thank you guys very much, and I will see you in the next video.